When Jonathan took over, the North began to agitate that he was eating into what was theirs, said by Suswa. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to all the headlines we brought for you this morning. As today's headline says that when Jonathan took over, the North began to agitate that was eating into what was theirs, said by Suswa. When Jonathan took over, the North began to agitate that he was eating into what was theirs. Former governor of Benue State, Senator Gabriel Suswam, asserted that upon assuming the presidency, former President Jonathan faced tension from some of the northern region who perceived their power shares as threatened. He emphasized that although there was an understanding to let President Jonathan finish the remainder to late President Yar'Adua's term, there were expectations for the presidency to revert to the North. Thereafter, Suswam elaborated that conflict emerged when Jonathan expressed his desire to run for the presidency beyond Yar'Adua's term, leading to international discord within the party and the nation, as many Northerners viewed Jonathan's ambition as the departure from the previous agreed upon power-sharing pact. Speaking in an interview with Arise TV, Suswam remarks after Obasanjo, that was where the problem started. Obasanjo handed over the presidency of this country to a gentleman who was a man of solid character. Unfortunately, he was sick and he died. When Jonathan took over, the North began to agitate that was eating into what was theirs. Yar'Adua was expected to spend 8 years, but he spent about 2 years and died. There was this strong agitation within the northern region that we need to get this back. In spite of that, they agreed that let Jonathan go ahead and complete the tenure of Yar'Adua, and the expectation was that after that he would come back to the North. After that, it would come back to the North. That was where the problem started. When Jonathan insisted on contesting outside the tenure of Yar'Adua, we began to have internal conflict, and people started working against the party. If you have completed the tenure of Yar'Adua as a Southerner, this presidency must come back to the North. Why is he saying that he will contest? And that is all we have under this headline, which says that when Jonathan took over, the North began to agitate that he was eating into what was theirs. Well, this is a very interesting headline we have for you this morning. It said that the people of the Northern said that when Jonathan took power, they were eating into what was theirs. That Jonathan was taking what was their own, what was supposed to be their rights. According to Suswam, said the Northerners was talking a lot of things, saying Jonathan is taking what is theirs. They said that the problem started with Obasanjo. Obasanjo, being from the southwest, the Yoruba land, took power and then handed power to the North. That was Yar'Adua. And Jonathan, being the vice president of Yar'Adua, And the North were like, okay, power and vision aside, let this man spend 8 years as presidency. But to God who had it, Yar'Adua only spent 2 years and died. Yar'Adua spent 2 years as president and died. Yeah, he spent 2 years as president and he died. And people from the north, people from the north began to ask questions while President Jonathan took up power and started to rule as president during Yar'Adua's tenure. Then they left him saying that okay, fine, you are from the south, use this opportunity to rule the country. Then after he ruled Yar'Adua's tenure, he came back again to contest for his own presidency. Then they started asking questions that why won't the power reach the north? They thought that after President Jonathan has ruled for Yar'Adua's time, power will still come back to the north again. But no, not to have it. President Jonathan campaigned for presidency again, and that was when they started to agitate, started to do all sort of what they started to do. He said that he emphasized that although there was an understanding that let President Jonathan finish the remainder of the late President Yar'Adua's term, there were expectations for the presidency to revert to the north. That means they expected that if Jonathan finished the remaining Yar'Adua term, they expected that the presidency will go back to the north. That was what Sessom elaborated. And after that, Sessom elaborated that conflict emerged. That means they decided to fight. Conflict emerged when Jonathan expressed his desire to run for presidency after Yar'Adua's time, beyond Yar'Adua's time, leading to internal discord within the party and the nation. As many Northerners viewed Jonathan's ambition as a departure from the previous agreed upon power sharing pact. They thought President Jonathan doesn't want to follow the act of power sharing. What do you guys think? I want you to drop your comment in the comment section concerning this matter. And don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel so that anytime and so as the notification bell, so that anytime we have any new video concerning this, you'll be the first to get notified about it.